welcome back to the show. We are unfortunately at the end of the 2025 Formula Drift season. Now, if you want to watch the entire season, go to the Formula Drift YouTube channel. But if you want to see it in quick recaps, come to our channel and check them out. The final event of this season took place on a brand new track layout on the streets of Long Beach. The track featured 4 corners split into 7 outside zones, which is a little bit of a different setup. I thought the track was exciting, but there was the small flaw of drivers smoking themselves out on the last zone. During the seating 16, many of the drivers weren't really going all out as they were still getting familiar with this course. Vaughn Gittin joins us, probably excited to drive the new track, and he ends up beating out Rudy Hansen and making some contact with Rad Dan.
To the gate, looks great. Outside zone 1, solid. Outside zone 2, in it. Great job, locked and loaded, and picks up so much speed in transition. A lot of drivers who are running this track well do. They find the grip through that transition, do a great job. And that's a little bit of a wall tap. Now Dan a little bit backed off. Vaughn missing that zone, but doing a good job through 6. And then look at this, just picks up that speed in transition once again. Now the smoke doesn't come into too much of an effect, but Vaughn, one wheel through. Oh, Dan makes contact.
Andy Haitley goes against Simon Olsen. And after a one more time battle, Haitley ends up sliding into the tires on outside zone 1.
All right, here we go. We are looking at, Haitley!
Wow.
And then shutting it down in his chase after mechanical issues.
A little bit of a deficit here for Andy Haitley. Simon Olsen has a clean air. It's a must-win for Simon Olsen. Andy gets very close, but he knows he has to really, this is what I'm talking about, forcing that error. He's going to try to twist the screws on Simon Olsen, but he's just got to keep it clean and sterile, and Andy loses power once again.
O'Sullivan gets aggressive with Gucci, makes contact, ends up tapping the wall and going into the tires.
I'd like to see him maybe just get a little more aggressive here as O'Sullivan smoothly gets to the side of the 86 on the second outside zone. Now look at, there goes O'Sullivan, and that's what he did last time. So this is what we can anticipate and expect from O'Sullivan. And Kenshiro Gucci, great placement of that. Really well done. That back right, look at this transition, clean. Oh, O'Sullivan dives in, and O'Sullivan goes hard.
I don't know if this contact led to problems with Gucci, but in the final battle of the seating 16, he was unable to compete against Ryan Littoral, and Littoral gets a bye run.
Irwindale and even when Beecham won his, they've all been really, really good.
All right, here's the bye run from Ryan Littoral and the Sunoco S chassis. This will be a bye run for Ryan Littoral, and he will win our seating brackets. Lay out and listen to the RB.
Starting off the top 32, we have TLO versus Odie. And even though Odie is a veteran, this is a new track for both drivers. And Tommy was able to hold his own as a rookie, taking the battle to a one more time and then getting the win when Odie impedes on Tommy's initiation.
Advantage on the first run, but now Odie has learned some things as well as he goes into the back of Tommy Lemaire.
Hobson takes the win against Dylan Hughes when Dylan goes a little too deep on outside zone 7, tapping the wall.
Pulled up here on the shore as we're about to set ablaze and set ashore here for Dylan the Dozer Hughes, and Ben Hobson drops into formation here. Dylan Hughes in that BMW, the royal purple BMW, into that third outside zone, going in the fourth, boom, taps it, hits it, quits it. Ben Hobson, that Pennzoil Mustang RTR, you can see him just wavering there in that chase position, now dialing it in, very fluid is Dylan the Dozer Hughes in that last outside zone. Dylan riding that outside zone. Oh! He backs it into the wall.
Nick Novak's car was making some crazy sounds in his battle against Frederick Osbo, where Freddie gets the win.
Essentially, because the championship is locked up, but Frederick Osbo, that Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Look at Novak, and there you go, to your point. You know, it seems like he's fighting the car, and Frederick Osbo, as long as he keeps it clean, doesn't do anything too crazy. Whose car is that?
I think
you can hear
Novak's.
Yeah, you can really hear the motor struggling. I think it is Novak.
Yeah, that sounds like he's down a couple of cylinders.
Yeah, that is not healthy. But Osbo. Freddie brings it across. Yeah, I mean, that thing sounds like a lawnmower.
Mata comes in hot against Forsberg on initiation, where he makes contact with Forsberg's front tires, causing him to over-rotate.
Here comes Forsberg. Across the nose of that S chassis. Chris goes in that second outside zone. Austin.
Oh.
Von Gittin goes way too wide on outside zone 4, sliding into the wall and giving Ryan Turk the win.
World. Shannon, our heart goes out to you, and hope everything goes smoothly. Love you, Shannon. All right, here we go. Von Gittin Jr. into that outside zone, and Ryan Turk gives back just a little bit. Ryan Turk, he needs to get there. Vaughn, where you going?
Moving to the top 16, we have TLO battle another giant, James Dean. And TLO once again holds his own and sends it to a one more time battle.
Out front, James Dean in tow. Tom Lemaire initiates. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, anything you can do, I can do a kiss to say it better. As now into that third outside zone, and whoa, Tommy Lemaire, he's putting it on a show out front. James Dean, he falls back. James, where are you at? Tommy Lemaire. Want to see if there were any, I mean, you just have to think, did James make a mistake, or is Tommy just that damn good? Now in that last outside zone, Tommy Lemaire is the champ.
TLO gives a phenomenal chase, but unfortunately makes some big mistakes in his lead, giving Dean the win.
I want to give you all the angles. At first glance, it might look sensational, but you get overhead, you're like, ooh, he missed. Just what I'm talking about. He exceeded that first or second outside zone. Tommy Lemaire, and again, losing those parts, James Dean, that allows him to catch up to him. So here comes James on in tow. And look at Tommy, some wavering. This is my exact point. Those little finite mistakes accumulate into one large mistake.
I just want to shout out to Tommy Lemaire, my fellow Canadian, for giving it his all this year in Formula Drift and always showing his Canadian spirit. Manoa battles Connor Shanahan, and Connor in his lead taps the wall on outside zone 4, loses his rear tire, and completely unfazed continues to drift the rest of the course.
Yeah, we've never built this track before until this weekend, but here we go. Connor Shanahan initiates Arroyo Manoa, trying to give it back to the Irish driver. Arroyo trying to time it perfectly, going to the outside zone right in front of the fans. Now coming into the power alley, bang the straightaway. Looks like Connor tapped. We lost a tire. A tire is off. That back left of Shanahan, he's going to continue on, but you have to think with him losing that tire, that's got to affect Arroyo Manoa, but Shanahan keeps on keeping on.
Forsberg crashes into Turk in their battle.
Almost 23 years. Here we go. Ryan Turk out front, that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. I mean, it's a Toyota-Nissan battle. Two legends. As Ryan Turk brings it into the outside zone, you can see Forsberg massaging it there. Forsberg backs off. Turk gets the wall. That corrects him out. So almost two negatives equal a positive. And we got contact. Turk was going into the wall. He comes. We're bashing. We're banging.
LZ goes against Jack Shanahan, and Adam goes too deep between outside zone 1 and 2 and hits the wall.
Let's take a look. Adam LZ, that Drift HQ. BMW, remember, he's fighting for second.
Adam was unable to continue after this hit, and that meant he was out of the battle for second place in the championship. And this is also when they announced that Jack Shanahan was Rookie of the Year. In the top 8, O'Sullivan puts down a solid lead run against James Dean, up until outside zone 7, where he grips up and completely misses the zone.
That's it for everybody else. Make sure they follow.
All right, well, I'm glad Chris Forsberg follows me now. Here we go, Connor O'Sullivan, and James the Machine Dean O'Sullivan. You talk about warming his way in. Well, he is warming it up. Ew, buddy! O'Sullivan, regardless of horsepower, he's walking James Dean right now. Give him a leash. Look at O'Sullivan. I mean, he's bringing the magic.
Manoa, with his trademark tire fire, beats out Osbo.
What's interesting here is Frederick Osbo, the first time we got introduced to him, was driving a Mark IV Supra not far from here at the World Championship drifting event in a vehicle called Chucky. Now this thing right here, Arroyo taps the wall. Frederick Osbo unfazed, keeps on the rock star, rock solid challenging this 16-year-old absolute young gun. But looks like Freddie Osmo, where there's smoke, there is fire.
Matt Field goes against Ryan Turk and almost hits the wall on outside zone 7.
Ryan Turk. Here we go, Matt Field in that Borla Corvette, and Ryan Turk drops into formation. A little slow trickle in that second outside zone. Wasn't exactly blazing. Look at that left foot brake from Matt Field. Not ripping through the course, more placement as opposed to expedition, meaning expediting this course. Now, coming through that S-turn, one final outside zone right in front of the judges, and Matt Field looked like he went almost into that wall.
Then Matt makes contact with Ryan's front tire on outside zone 4, causing Ryan to over-rotate.
All right, here we go. Ryan Turk out front, that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, rockstar headed straight driver, trying to get on the box. Again, we saw him get the win in Seattle, and Matt Field got it here, and oh, buddy, contact.
In the top 4, Manoa goes against James Dean. And Dean in his chase makes a major mistake on outside zone 6 and has a tire fire, which is a bit uncharacteristic of Mustangs. This causes Manoa to finally beat his hero.
This is incredible. So we'll get to a very, very uncommon mistake from James Dean, but look at Manoa. He is completely locked in through those first 2 outside zones. James Dean, he is battling him. This is not, he is having to fight all the way through to keep up with Manoa, to keep up with the angle. And Manoa's on throttle through so much of this run. It is insane where he is on throttle. And you know what? Manoa just adds that little bit extra, but you see that pop from James Dean. I wonder if there was a mechanical there.
There was the back left fire tire from James Dean.
Ryan Turk makes contact with Jack Shanahan in their battle, giving Jack the win.
He'd love to get a win and end this. I mean, everybody would. Obviously, that goes unsaid, but I just gotta say it. Jack Shanahan out front, Ryan Turk in that chase position. Oh, look at the timing there. Talking about those whiskers, the drift whiskers, feeling the sensors. Into that power rally goes Shanahan, now transitioning, diving in as Ryan Turk into that second to last outside zone. Oh, boy! It loops it! Ryan Turk!
And the finals, we had Manoa versus Jack Shanahan. I was so excited watching Manoa climb through the ranks, finally beating his hero, James Dean. And if he beat Jack Shanahan, he would become not just the youngest person ever to podium at an event, but the youngest person to ever podium in a Formula Drift championship. But unfortunately for Manoa, he had some mechanical issues and he could not get his car past the burnout box where the engine blew up, giving Jack Shanahan a bye run.
Your winner at round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. He got second earlier this year and his first ever win as 2025 Rookie of the Year. Jack Shanahan gets his first ever win as the sun sets in Long Beach and on another Formula Drift Championship season.
So James Dean took first in the overall championship, Matt Field got second, and Osbo got third. What a great season. I'm already looking forward to next year as we have 3 new track locations: the Indianapolis Raceway, the Stafford Speedway, and the Las Vegas Bull Ring. Now that the season is over, I'm gonna get back into editing my drift videos from the drifting we did over the summer. So you can look forward to even more drifting content throughout the winter. So thanks for watching. Check out the channel, other videos we have, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.